Okay, can I see you do your back walkover back handspring? Yes. Can't wait for you to compete that. That's so exciting. Okay, so how long have you been struggling on the round off handspring? Was that like because of the situation of falling that you kind of started struggling again since then?
Um, so I haven't really worked them a lot, so it's kind of been like, um, so like I don't know like what if I'm like doing them or if I'm not.
You haven't really worked them a lot since that happened, you're saying? Okay. Um, so this is what we need to do. So if I'm like, hey Laura, go connect your round off handspring, do you feel like you would? Maybe?
Maybe.
Possibly? Let's try that first. Let's see if we can make some progress on that. If you can, cool. I just want you to go into it though, knowing, you know me, you've worked with me enough to know like I don't have any expectation. There's no pressure of you doing it. So if you connect it, sweet. If you don't, it's fine. We're gonna figure out the way that we can get you to connect it together. Okay? So let's try to connect it, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So when you're going into it, the good thing is I don't feel like I'm getting the sense that you're like stressed out about it. It's like you're not connecting it, but you're not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not connecting this. That's not the body language that I'm seeing from you, which I like. That's really good. But what I want to make sure that we do is I don't want to keep trying to connect, just like trying to do it over and over and over again, and then you get to that point to where you kind of start getting stressed out with it. So I want you to try 2 more times. If you connect it, great. If you don't, then we're gonna make some adjustments, okay? At what point would you say that you're getting stressed out or like nervous with the connection? At what point?
I don't know.
Maybe not stressed out, because like I said, you don't seem like you're stressed about it. But like so I was like, hey, let's do your round off handspring. You take off into it. You're going to your round off. It's like when you're coming out of your round off, your feet hit, or like at what point? Or like before you go, do you feel like you're not going to connect it before you even take off? No? No, you don't feel like you're going to connect it?
No, I don't think that I'm not going to.
Okay, so you feel like you're going to. All right, so check this out. Because you're getting more used to connecting your skills, that you don't have this feeling of going into it with these nerves like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to connect it. So you go into it, you're like, oh sweet, I'm going to connect it. Like you already feel that way, which is great. I want that. But I need you right now in this moment to know, hey, you know what? For some reason, I've been having issues connecting this. So I just need to be aware of that. So when I come out of my round off, I can think about what I need to do in order to connect it. Otherwise, you're going to go into it with like this complete confidence, and then you're going to come out of your round off, and then you're just going to stop and you're like, what the heck? I thought I was going to do it. Why didn't I do it? So go into it knowing there's a chance that I might stop, but I'm going to go ahead and connect it anyways because I know what I'm doing. So think about what you're doing. Let's go. Okay. So we're going to try it one more time. I said we're going to do 3 times, right? That was 2. Or I said 2 more times. So let's try it one more time. And try to think about something we've worked on a lot. I worked with you on, Coach Ryan's worked with you on, is the C shape. Passing through that C shape into your back handspring. You know what I'm talking? You remember that? So not stopping the C shape, but allowing your body to block that, pass through that position and stand up. Think about that. See if that helps you. Okay, so do a standing back handspring again. Okay, good. So let's do this. I think the way that we can get you connecting this, or I know the way that we get you connecting this, is by utilizing that C shape, okay? Coming out of your round off, if you're staying in the C shape, just kind of remind you of that position. So from here, round your back, your back a little bit. Good, and kind of lean to your toes. So then from right there, a little bit more bend in your legs. This position right here, go ahead and do a handspring. I'm just gonna spot you on it so you get the feeling of it. Kind of standing up, good, okay. So you're coming out of your round off. You're passing through that position directly into your back handspring. Do you have any issues connecting on, or have you tried to connect on anything else like on a tumble track or anything?
No.
You haven't tried? Okay. Let's try this. Stand on this line. I want you to go from a passe into a lunge into a round off. So passe is this here. So passe, fall lunge, round off, and land in a C shape. Okay, like that, good. Go ahead and step back over here. So I want you to try your best to carry that through into your back handspring. Even if it's like a little pausey, so this is what it's gonna look like. Here, passe, fall lunge, round off, C shape, handspring. So you see how I was kind of, like the connection was a little slow, but I allowed myself to come out of the round off through the C shape, and I stood up into my handspring. See if you get yourself to do that. Let's try that. Yes! Praise the Lord. All right, we're gonna be able to use this to make the connection happen. I'm so glad you did that, Lorelai, because you came out of your round off and you stopped and you're here, and I thought you were gonna be like, and then walk back down here, but you held it. I was like, oh, is she gonna go for it? And she went for it. That was awesome. So this is the thing. What I don't want, as much as I love working with you, whenever I get the chance to see you, but I only get a chance to see you like once every, I don't know, like 6 months or something, right? We don't see each other very often. I don't want you to be dependent on me to be able to work through these things. And I know you're not fully dependent on me because you've been crushing it at your lessons and doing all sorts of other big skills and stuff, which makes me very happy. But you're going to have little moments here and there where you're going to struggle to connect, or you're going to struggle on doing a specific skill. I want you to have the tools to where you can work through it without depending on like, oh, I have to go see Coach Levi. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to come see me because you're like, oh, you know what? I want to go see Coach Levi. I'm like, oh man, I got to go see Coach Levi because now I'm not connecting my back handspring. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, what I'm teaching you, is one of those tools that's going to help you to be able to connect. When you come out of your round off, if you can hit in that C shape, pass through and stand up into your handspring, even if it's with a little pause, then you start connecting faster and faster and faster. Then that's going to get you back to doing your back handspring. Makey sensey? Let's do it. Yeah. All right, now this is what we're going to do. This is a really good way of getting the connection from the passe, fall lunge, round off into the handspring and knowing how much time you pause in between. We've done this before. Not sure if you remember or not, but we go passe, fall lunge, round off on one. So I'm going to count for you, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to go 1, 2, feet hit 3. The goal is to connect on 3. Your feet are hitting, you're standing up, passing through the position on 3 into your handspring, 4, 5. If you do not connect on 3, then I want you to go on 4. If you don't go on 4, go on 5, so on and so forth until you finally go. So let's say that you go on 7. Then the next time, what are we trying to go on at least? Yes. And then if you don't go, and then it's like you go on 6, then we're trying to go on 5. The goal is to go on 3. So as close to 3 as we can go, but that gives us a range, that gives us an idea. So it's not like we're going from, like we're not just kind of guessing like, oh, I think he paused less on that one. Like we actually know. Okay, all right. So here we go. So go to your passe. I'm gonna say 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's on 5. Which isn't bad, that's pretty close. And make sure that you keep the arms up. If you drop the arms, that's gonna not allow you to connect into it. Keep the arms up and pass through that position from the C shape, stand up, okay? Ready? Try to go a little faster. Like here, hold on, just relax for a second. Because your round off is going like really super duper slow. But try to put a little bit more speed into the round off. And you may be doing it because it's helping you to feel like more comfortable with connecting. If that's the reason why you're doing it, then that's fine. Do it at a speed to where you feel comfortable with connecting. But if you can go a little bit faster, it'll just help with the counting. Because I like slowing down to try to like match the speed of your round off with my counts. So I want you to speed the round off up a little bit if you can, okay? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, it was like in between 4 and 5. It was like 4 and you were flipping. What I need you to do though, Lorelei, in order to effectively connect this, is keep your arms up. The whole reason why the C shape is so important is because your arms are already here, and we just stand up from there. If you land and you have to swing your arms through, then that's just gonna create an extra level of pause that we don't want. Best as you can, hit the C shape, stay in that C shape, stand up. Hokey dokey, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, boy. I like that one. Go ahead and watch it on the camera. That was pretty close. That was 4. So that's as close as we can get without it being fully connected. Try now to follow your hands from your round off into the back handspring, which means that once you hit here, you carry straight through to that handspring. Okay? Watch your hands stand up and just boom, go with it. Here we go. Let's hit that 3 on this one. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You ever still kind of like this little tiny bitty drop of the arms? You see? So it's like this, they like hit and kind of came here. So if we can keep them in front of you as you're here, stand up. But this is the thing, man. This is what I'm so excited about. Like I mentioned to you earlier, it's all about you being able to do this without me having to help you through this. And I'm happy and glad that I get to see you and I get to help you through this, but I want you to be able to, if you're at the gym and you're like, oh man, I'm kind of struggling on connecting my back handspring, you can go back and work on it knowing what you're doing to work through it rather than being frustrated with yourself or your coach being like, come on, Lorelei, connect it. And then you just get stuck in that cycle. Because like when I sent you over here to warm up at the beginning of our session, I was like, hey, go warm up some skills. You're doing your round off. And I was over there talking to Coach Ryan. I like watched you do your round off. You came back and you did your round off again. Came back, you did your round off again. I was like, hey, do a standing handspring. You did a standing handspring. Then I came over here. I was like, hey, are you going to try to connect your round off handspring? And you just did a round off again. So you were doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. If you do something over and over and over again, it's not working. What you have to do is you have to do something different in that moment. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in this cycle. You're going to get stuck in this habit. And we want to avoid that as best as we possibly can. All right? So that's what this is teaching you to do. In those moments, instead of saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to run and go into my round off and then rebound, not connect, and come back and try it again. Think about what we're doing where you can hit C-shape, stand up, push into it, and then try to get closer and closer and closer. Okay? Let's do it again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I could tell you were like really trying to follow the hamster on that one. And then once your feet hit, that was good. That was good with this part. then once I told you this earlier, when you're tumbling and you're kind of like working through something, have that understanding, that expectation that there's going to be parts of me that want to stop, and there's going to be parts of me that feels uncomfortable, so that whenever it's there, it doesn't catch you off guard. You're not like, oh my gosh, what the heck just happened, and like really freak you out. So know it's going to be there so that you can work through it, okay? Let's do it again. Pass through that C shape. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Good. Okay. So what I would like to do, for the sake of time that we have together, I want to ask you some other things to potentially work on while we have time together. But then I want you to continue going on this journey of connecting smoother and faster on your own. Can you do that when you go back to your home gym and work on it? Okay. So if I said, hey, Lorelai, let's do a round off handspring tuck. If I'm standing there next to you, do you feel like you can make the handspring smooth happen, the connection?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Let's do a standing tuck real quick so I can kind of catch back up on what the standing tuck looks like. All right. Give me a count. Do you work standing tuck sometimes? Okay, cool. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Such a good standing tuck. Your technique on that is so good. Love it. Okay. It's even better than I remember, man. All right, you want to go round off handspring tuck? Let us do it. All right, round off handspring tuck. What do you need me to do? Spot the tuck, just the tuck. All right, let's get it, girl. Running, round off back handspring back tuck. Yes! Dude, all right, right, this. So have you worked on those recently?
Yeah.
When was it that you had your little spill?
It was in March. Sometime.
Okay, so you've had a few practices since then? Okay, good. No more attempts by yourself since then? No, okay. When you're warming up, do you do your round off back handspring just like when you're warming up ever?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, just kind of depends on the day. Okay. Oh no, that's fine. We can start. Here, Lorelai, stand in this line right here. Is it? Yeah. Is it good if we're from here this way? Okay, cool. All right. All right, so let's do it again. One thing that we need to do, Lorelai, is when you come out of your handspring, the angle that you're standing up at is a little bit too far forward. So you got to finish your handspring up a little bit more, okay? Into the tuck shape. Okay, let's go. Round off handspring tuck. There you go. Yes, good. Oh, I need to adjust that camera too. Maybe. Yeah, you couldn't really see it, could you? All right. So the adjustment that you made out of your hamstring, just so you have a full understanding of it. The first one you did, you kind of undercutted the tuck. Like you hit like that. That one, you blocked up to the perfect amount that you were here into it, which is what I wanted. Let's do another one like that.
That hamstring felt weird on that.
It was a little high. Yes, yes, yes. I forgot to mention that, so I'm glad that you said that. Your back hamstring was high, but you probably have heard me say this. You definitely have heard me say this. But my favorite tumbling passes are whenever something goes wrong, but you still finish it. Because if everything goes like perfectly the way that you want it to go, then it's like, of course you're gonna connect and everything's gonna be good. But it's on those ones, like when you did that handspring, like immediately whenever your back handspring high like that, I was like, oh, she's not gonna go. But you went anyways, which made me so pumped. So I'm glad that you brought that up, that the back hamstring felt weird. It was high, so that means that you just gotta stretch it, okay? Then stand up, tuck, pull. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Now at the end, all you gotta do is just hold on to your tuck shape to finish it. You see right there at the end, you're just like, right here, and you're just letting out. So hold it. This is what I want you to think about. Stand right here. Go to a C shape. Perfect. Hold that C shape, and then put your hands behind your legs. Yep. Bend a little deeper, right here. So your hips should be back behind your feet like this when you land. Right now, you're landing like your feet are under you like this, and then you're letting out. And then that's why your body's going forward. So if you hold that tuck shape all the way, think about landing like back in a C shape. That'll be the cherry on top, okay? Let's go ahead and hit another one, just finish it strong. Hold it. Yes, you feel the difference on that a little bit right there? That was nice. Yes, man, I love that. Okay. Recently, have you done any with your coach standing there and not touching you? No, not since you had the fall? Okay. Is there something that you're wanting to start moving towards? Not just like, I know the thought of like doing your handspring tuck on your own, you're like, ain't no way. Not right now. But you know that I'm a coach that I take a bunch of little baby steps. Because think about this, we've done this on your handspring, like getting you to do your handspring. So with your tucks, we can start moving in that direction. That doesn't mean you do your handspring tuck by yourself today, but just like starting to kind of get used to that feeling again to start getting you comfortable. Is that something that you would be open to exploring the opportunity to do that? So this is what it's going to look like. All right, so just so that you fully know and understand how I'm going to spot you, because it's very important that you know exactly what I'm going to do, okay? So that's what I'm going to explain to you. So when you come out of your handspring right now, your feet hit, you rebound, my hands on your back, and my hands on your leg as you flip. That's like the very normal way of a coach to spot a tuck, right? The way that I'm going to transition to, if you're open to this, is my hand's going to be like this behind you. So your feet are going to hit right here. My hand's gonna be on your back like that and like this. So it's actually a smoother way. It's the way that I'm spotting you, this cross spot is what I call it. I actually have more control. Now the reason why that's the next step, the next progression, is because then what I can do is I can allow you to rebound and I can wait a little bit longer to touch your hips or to grab you. So then I can start to wait all the way as long as we want when we have the conversation about it. So it's just a step in that direction. Are you okay with doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as you come out of your back handspring right now, hand's gonna be on your back once your feet hit. And then once you're ready for the next step, then we'll start talking about that. Got it? Let's get it. Good work. I was curious if you were going to connect that first one. Knowing that I was going to do something different, because sometimes just a coach saying like, hey, I'm going to adjust how I'm spotting you, it can be scary. You still did it, and it was nice. All right, so same thing. And I'm going to be there.
I want you to try to shoot your feet this way more and almost hit an arch with your hips.
Or let me ask you this. As we're doing this and as we're continuing to progress in this, you tell me when you want me to do the next step. When I say next step, that just means I touch your back this much later. So the next step isn't, hey, I'm just going to stand there. Or, hey, I'm just going to catch you right at the very end. The next step is, instead of immediately your feet hitting the mat, my hands on your back, it's like your feet hit the mat, you rebound off the mat like a little bit, then my hands on your back. And then it's like we do that, you feel good with it. It's like, okay, what's the next step? It's like a little bit later, a little bit later, a little bit later, all the way until eventually we get to the point where I'm just following you, not touching you. Which, like I said, that may not even happen today. So, are you okay with me doing the next step?
Can we do it a few more times?
Absolutely. It's absolutely no rush. So let's do another one like that. What up, Coach Jim? What's up? Which ones? The shirts? These shirts? I don't think we've got new shirts yet. Yeah. I don't think so. Unless
I got those.
oh, just like the normal Tumble Smart shirt. Okay, yeah. We're supposed to be getting an order. I don't know when it's coming in though. All right, let's go.
They're waiting on me.
They're waiting on you, Ryan. Get with the program.
I gave them my order.
Okay, go ahead, Lorelai. Good job, sis. Good job. Watch that replay real quick. Nice. Now, hey, on the rebound, you could wait a little bit more. Or like you could just fully open up out of the handspring more. Like when your feet hit the mat, really stand up to here. I love how good and tight your tuck shape is, but you can hit all the way here into it a little bit more. And I wouldn't be mad about it.
Keep going. I'll be right back, Seth.
So a little bit more on the set, okay? There you go. You gave me a nice little pat on the face. Thank you. If you didn't want me to spot you on it, you could have just told me you didn't have to slap me in the face. That was good. But that means that you really stood all the way up with the arms up. That was good. Okay. Same way. Same thing. Same. Do you want me to do the same thing? Same step? Okay. Oh, you went sideways on your round off. Is that what you felt? Yeah, so reach out, which that's not usually a normal thing that happens, so I'm not sure what. Some got a little bit goofy there, but. So don't overthink it, okay? Go ahead. Oh, nice. Okay. You went a little slower on that one. Yeah, you went like a little easier on it. Why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like you did that?
I don't know.
You know? Okay. I gave you like a really good, like nice boost as you went into it. So you probably felt, you felt like a little bit of extra flip. But because I felt like the hamstring's a little slower, so I gave you a little bit extra. What I love about your tuck, on top of me giving you a little extra, your rotation is improving because you're holding that tuck shape like we talked about, which is awesome. Let's do this. Let's do one more round of hand tuck here, and then there's a couple of other things that I want to do while we still have some time together before you get out of here. You got to go to your brother's baseball game. Does he play like travel ball, like competitive?
No.
No. Okay.
He's not even coach pitch yet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He'll be coach pitch next.
How old is he?
He's 6. He just turned 6.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So a little faster if you can. Just keep that speed up. But hey, you're setting. The start and the finish we've really improved on. The set, just once I mentioned, I was like, hey, hold this a little longer. You're doing that. And then at the end, holding that tuck shape to finish, you're also doing really well. So let's keep incorporating those two things, okay? And you want me to do the same thing, same timing? Okay.
Try to kick over and hit the same.
Yes, there you go. That was the one.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was fast. The set, yes. Holding the tuck shape. That's so good, girl. I'm gonna save this video and put in your cloud drive document real quick.